Welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you a quick overview on how to do editing in Opus Clip. Now, this is if you've already uploaded your video into Opus to get shorts out of it. I've already done that part. I had a 17 or so minute video and it created, I think, 18 clips out of that. So up to about a minute each. So anyway, I've lost my microphone stand somehow, and I'm gonna this is my mic stand today. I'm putting it on a cup on top of a washcloth because that's all I have. I can't find the stand. So bear with me if the sound isn't great. I'm trying to prop up my mic and it's a little rough. All right, so this is just gonna have to do where it is. So anyway, I do have an affiliate link in the bottom for Opus Clip, and Opus Clip right now is my favorite video editor for creating shorts from long form content. Anyway, I've already uploaded these videos here, and I like to have a nice catchy headline, and I also like to use my brand colors. So I'm going to show you how to do some of that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and go into this clip here that was generated. It's got an 84 out of 100 with the hook, and we're going to go over here onto the right hand side and we're going to click edit clip. I'm going to see if I can zoom in that a little bit more. All right, there we go. Over to the right, click on edit clip. And here we go. That looks kind of weird. I want the video to be bigger. Okay, here we go. Right in the middle. That looks good. Okay, so how we're going to change the colors of the captions here, we're going to click on those captions. These are automatically captioning. But on the right hand menu sidebar, you can click under the caption section. You can select a preset if you want to use specific colors. If you want to use like the green with the yellow. So I want to look at a few others. I like this pink one because it's already easy for my brand. But you can also choose a different style. And let's see, I'm going to choose this style here. And then if you click down below, you can actually have the amplified words color change to your brand colors. So I'm going to go here with this pink because my brand colors are pink. I'm not going to worry about putting the right hex code in there now for this tutorial, but you can put the hex code for your brand right here. You can also have white. So that one only has one amplified color. I'm going to just stick with the pink for now. You can also choose animations if you want. Let's see what that looks like. We're going to click play. I didn't know if I was good enough, and that has a green in there, so maybe I missed the green. I don't think I can change the green part, so I just get to choose the one amplified word. You can also change the fonts. I like Montserrat myself. I think it's a great font. You can pick the font stroke that's around the font, that black line around the edge. You can pick the shadows. Oh, here we go. All keywords highlighter. So I was messed up there. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the pink. And for the second color, I'm going to pick like a turquoisey blue, or a little bit bluer maybe, because that's closer to my brand colors. So those are the colors I want to use. You don't have to use your brand colors. You might want to use the green and the yellow that's traditionally there in a lot of these, or just pick whatever just to get it done, because done is better than perfect. Because if you're creating content, the more content you push out there, it's better. You also want to have good content as well. So try to bring value in all of them. Okay, sorry I go off on little tangents here. But we can see, there are already some things here. I'm going to delete those so you can see what it looks like to create this stuff. Let's get my face out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and delete all these things. I thought this was a fresh piece here. So I would like B-roll. So right above where you can see the video timeline on the bottom, right here it says auto B-roll. It's in yellow. You can click auto B-roll and you can have AI generated B-roll, or you can have stock B-roll, I guess from like Pexels. So I'm going to go ahead and use AI generated B-roll. I'm going to click try now. And it's going to add B-roll automatically into this right here. So let's go ahead and see what other kind of stuff we can do. clip layout settings. You can choose if you want it to be like a 9 by 16, like a reel or a short. You can have it as a square. If you can also have a 16 by 9, which would be for like a standard YouTube video. And you can choose fill, fit, split, gameplay. So you can see what these look like over here on the right when you highlight that bubble. So we can do the fill, and that has the entire video of me there. So I kind of want to try that out at some point too. We can do a double screen. We can do all different kinds of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, it's being a little funky on me here. I'm going to go ahead and have my face just in the video there. You can have gameplay, so you can have a game at the bottom or a screen share, and then you can have you up top playing a game. Okay, so we can see right here it has the B-roll added. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, there's a little monster. Oh, nice. Here's some more B-roll. Guy in the office. Here's some more B-roll. A nice little chart. And that's all AI generated. Now the B-roll is going to be stuff that you're going to see in other places, but it's probably going to be more realistic. I don't mind if I have AI generated stuff because that's what the world is coming to right now. And I love AI tools. And it makes an original AI piece of art for your video, which I think is amazing. So over here, we're going to check out the rest of the menu here right above the video image. On the left side here, it says split. That's where you can split a clip. So let's go ahead and watch part of this video and find a nice place to split the clip. I don't know if I was good enough, but I pushed through it. I don't know, we can't hear it, I think because my microphone is tied in. So I'm going to go ahead and just read it. I'm going to say, I didn't know if I was good enough, but I pushed through it and I did my best. Even through the little monster in my head saying, you're not worthy, you don't have enough experience, I kept going anyway. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to go ahead and split that clip. So I like to do that because I know where a break in my sentence is. So I like to do transitions too. So let's see what those look like. We're going to click over onto the left sidebar and click transitions. You can do crossfade. Let's see what that looks like. Let's go back a little bit. Anyway, and the funny thing is now you know what that's like. Let's go ahead and delete it. And now let's go ahead and add a cross zoom. Client loved my ideas. That looks cool, right? If you want to lengthen it, you click on the zoom and you can grab it and expand it right above the timeline there. So let's see how that changed. My client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it just kept telling me, you're lucky you even have this job. And that's, now let's delete that and let's try another one. Right here we can do a zoom in. Let's see what it's like, how it just does it with that little short piece. And the funny thing, and then it just cuts right back to where it was. So you can also grab that little zoom in block in the timeline, whoops, and you can expand it. You can see the little crosshairs on there, and you can make it really long if you want. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. Going anyway. The funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't care. It just kept telling me, you're lucky you even have this job. And that's a trap. When you're speaking slower, or if you're editing a video for somebody else and they're slowing down and they're getting emotional and you want the person to feel connected to the video, that's a great time to zoom in, expand this bad boy out so it's really slow, so you can pull the viewer into the video. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. And let's see what the zoom out looks like. I kept going anyway. Let's add a zoom out here. You don't have enough experience. I kept going anyway. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas. Zoom out. I accidentally clicked that twice. So let's see what it looks like with the short zoom out and then the long zoom out, where you can see if you put your mouse on the end, it makes crosshairs and you can drag it and make it as long or short as you want. So let's go ahead and hit play and see how that looks. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't care. It just kept telling me, you're lucky you even have this job. And that's a trap, right? Even when you're successful. Okay, we're going to delete those. Let's go back to that same area. And you can feel like the different vibes from each of these different types of transitions. Now we're going to do a fade in. And we're going to move that over. Oh, actually, we're going to make it short. Experienced, I kept going anyway. And that's the short. So if we want to make it longer, we click on it until we see the crosshairs, and then we expand it in the timeline. So now here's the long fade in. Kept going anyway. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't care. It just kept telling me, you're lucky. For some video editing stuff. Let's do a medium fade in and see how that looks. Going anyway. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't. Okay, we're going to delete that. And now we're going to look at the fade out and see how that looks. We're going to go back a little. Going anyway. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas. Look at that one more time. I haven't played with the fade out much. Anyway. And the funny thing is my client. Now let's expand that. We'll get the crosshairs on it, expand it out, and let's see how that looks. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't care. It just kept telling me, you're lucky you even have this job. And that's a trap, right? So we're going to go ahead and delete that. So you can remove stuff. You can remove filler words with this clean menu button here. I've already edited all of the long gaps out, so I don't have any of that in this video. You can also add a voiceover if you want. I haven't played with that much because I'm talking the whole time. And let's see, I'm not going to actually even play with that right now because I haven't used it yet. So I like to have a headline on the front of all of my shorts for YouTube or TikTok or wherever. So if you want to do a headline, the upper left-hand corner, you're going to click this text button. And I like to click heading. And this adds the heading. If you want to move it, you put the mouse on there and you click it and you drag it around until it's where you want it. And then you can put your headline here. I'm going to put defeating imposter syndrome is possible when you, and I'm going to leave a little mystery there. Okay, so then you can shorten that up and you can also change the colors. So I'm going to change the color here by clicking and highlighting the headline. And then on the right hand side, it says words background color. I'm going to make that pink to match all the stuff that I have already. And it's hard to see those words on top of pink. So over here on the font where it says black, I'm going to change that to white. It's a little easier to see. And you can move it around, put it wherever you want. I like having a little bit of balance because my face is on the right hand side, and then that kind of gives it a little more symmetry in a way, off-center symmetry, but that's okay. Okay, and if you want to expand your timeline out, you can actually grab this here. Like if you need glasses or something, it might be easier to see with the zoom in and the zoom out. See how small this section looks here on the left, like this transition here. You can make it long and you can see how long that text box is, or this B-roll. It's easier to spot. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. Here, if you don't like the B-roll, actually I like that scary monster. I'm going to pretend like I don't like this B-roll, even though I think it's fine. All you have to do is click the B-roll and in the timeline on the bottom, and then you click regenerate up here on the left side. You can choose if you want it photorealistic, pop art, or surreal. So I'm going to say success in a marketplace. I'm going to actually put a craft show because that's more my jam than an office setting most of the time. I do have a co-working space, so that's not totally true. All right, it's 77% done, and then it's going to give me some new options for some new B-roll. And it says the account limit is in beta and I have 50 attempts. So you can see what all these different B-rolls look like. That's a weird one. Okay, that one looks cool. So, and once you're done with that, you can click Save Changes up on the right-hand side and just play around with it. It's not like you're going to break the software. If you mess something up, you just start over. And when you do, I forgot about something. I'm going to X out of this. When you do have transitions, you can also, I didn't even do this part really to show you the auto transition part. Okay, we're going to zoom this down so we can see the whole timeline in one place. Isn't that handy? Okay, I'm going to do zoom ins, and I'm going to go ahead and click auto transitions here. So scroll down, you can turn it on, or you can click auto transitions. You can turn it off and on with this button on the right hand sidebar. I'm doing a zoom in, and that's going to just add those in there. And you can expand those however you like. If you think you need more, you can add more in. Expand them how you like. Have fun with it, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cross zoom. I'm going to get crazy. Okay, so this is a quick video. It's less than 1 minute. Let's just go ahead and watch it with a few of these different things and see how it looks. We're going to add a fade in here. I'm just going to get crazy and add a whole bunch of stuff. Going to add a zoom out there so you can get a taste of what it all looks like when it's all put together. We're going to have a lot of transitions in this bad boy. Fade in, there's a fade in. Let's put that over there. Okay, and let's go ahead and do a fade out and put that right here. Okay, and what the heck, I might as well go ahead and read it while we play it to see how it looks. I didn't know if I was good enough, but I pushed through it and I did my best. Even through the little monster in my head saying, "You're not worthy, you don't have enough experience," I kept going anyway. And the funny thing is my client loved my ideas, but that voice in my head, it didn't care. It just kept telling me, "You're lucky you even have this job." And that's a trap, right? Even when you're successful and people love what you do, you still question if you deserve it. And the crazy thing is I helped that client increase their sales conversions by more than 77%. Boom. Looks awesome. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm very excited that you're here. If this has been helpful, I do have an affiliate link in the bottom for Opus Clip. And Opus Clip right now is my favorite video editor for creating shorts from long form content. And keep your eyes peeled in the description because I'm working on some special bonuses for my viewers here. And I am going to soon have a link in the description below for my new website. So I'll see you in the next video and have a great day.